Eduardo didn't give me a time limit, so I'm going to take all the time I got. Good afternoon, everyone. That is probably the biggest applause I've gotten, because I definitely don't get that applause in Precinct 2. In Precinct 2, it's heavily Democratic. Heavily Democratic. Again, I'm Tony Aranda, running for County Commissioner in Precinct 2. Some of you have asked a question in relation to the Aranda family here that we see, Aranda's Taqueria Bakery. If you do know that we're related, please introduce us, because I don't know them at all. I'd appreciate it. So, why am I running? Well, let's back up a little bit. When I served at the embassies in Havana, Cuba, and Bogota, Colombia, I learned a lot about international relations. And I learned a lot of government stuff that was going on behind the scenes, how people worked with other people. And I love to see them work together. Americans working with other nations so that we could have trade, so that we could have vetted citizens come into our country. And it was a wonderful thing to learn. And when I got back to the States, I realized I learned more about international relations than I did my own government. So that's why I went to school to study political science. And as a veteran, if you ask any veteran, let me take a break real quick. First off, is there any veterans in the room besides myself? Please stand up. Thank you all for your service. The men and women that served in the military, if you think about it, and I'm just going to use myself as an example because I don't know how long everybody else served. I contributed 22 years of service to 250 years of freedom. And I'm very, very proud of that. And I know the veterans in this room and the Americans that support veterans are also. So again, thank you to the veterans. So I wanted to point that out is because when you ask a veteran, do you miss the Marine Corps? Do you miss the Army? Do you miss the Coast Guard? Do you miss the Air Force? They'll say, no, I miss the people. That is the biggest thing we miss is the people. And what was the biggest thing that we were doing in the military? Was serving one another. When we looked to our left and to our right, we didn't see anybody's name with a D, an R, or an I next to it. What we saw was a human life, and we cared about that person so much that we didn't even know some of these people that we said, I'm going to put my life on the line for them. I love the Coast Guard statement, motto, excuse me, so that they may live. Is that correct, sir? So that they may live. And that's what every one of us gave up, was our life for them. And in community service, what are you willing to put out there? What are you willing to sacrifice for others? And I see the people in this room right now. You are a testament of leadership. And if you look in Fort Bend County right now, leadership is lacking. From the top down, leadership trickles. If you look at some of the police departments across the country, you'd see these officers, they would retire or quit, and they would go to some other police department. Why? Because their leadership lacked. The people that were in charge of them, they were not good leaders. And that's what we're seeing in politics right now. We see poor candidates making poor decisions, staying at home, doing work remotely because their leaders are their example. And in Fort Bend County, I'm trying to make a difference. I'm trying to continue serving people because I know that's my calling. I know that's what the Lord placed on my heart. He said, Tony, it's not about you. It will never be about you. It was never going to be about you. And with that, I'm okay with that. And that's why I ran. And I got another guy over here, Ken Matthews. He's in Precinct 4. He's also running for County Commissioner. And he and I have had plenty of times of dialogue. And the same thing keeps coming up. Service to others. Service to others. It does not stop. Just because you take off the uniform and you put on a coat and tie doesn't mean you just sit at home and watch everybody else do the hard work. It means you get up and you go out there, and all of you are demonstrating that right now. And so in my prayer I said, I pray that we would be a blessing to those outside this room. And I know when everybody goes back to their offices, to their homes, to their communities, that all of you are going to be a light out there. Light and salt. What does light do? Light exposes that which is good. It deters evil. It exposes that which is wicked. And what does salt do? Salt preserves. We're trying to preserve the values within Harris County and Fort Bend County of conservative ideas, Republican ideas, not liberal ideas. All we have seen from liberal ideas is the breakdown of community. Heck, we don't even talk to our neighbors, folks. and yet we wonder why we can't have dialogue with people. So as a commissioner, I'm looking to stand in that role, not so I can say, hey, look at me, I have a title, but so that I can serve the people. Because the one promise that I will make to the people is that I will work every single day, just like I did in the military for 22 years, but I won't be a commissioner that long. I won't be 22 years. The most I'll do is 8 years, and if they ask me to run for 4 more, 12 is, that's it, I'm done. I'm not doing any more, it's time to go somewhere else and serve in that area, serve in a different capacity. With that, I don't want to be long-winded because I know I can be. I love talking to all of you. The biggest thing that I think we fail as a community is riling the troops up. There are so many Republicans out there that are so afraid to go out there and vote, to voice their own opinion, to show grit and courage in the face of adversity. Marines and the rest of the military folks in here, we don't run from the gunfire, we run towards it. And if it's scary and dark and gloomy, we're still going to go towards that direction. And you can follow me if you like. I will be your point man, I will lead you. But if you don't go out there and you tell the people who's running, if you don't tell people what the candidates believe in, if you don't tell people what is at stake, then people are just going to stay home. So it's my responsibility to help all of you to motivate others, and I'm asking for all of you to help one another. Not just me and my campaign, but like Liz said, all the other candidates. They all need help. We all need help. We all need to contribute to one another's campaign and to, especially and most importantly, the people that we want to represent. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tony Aranda for County Commissioner Precinct 2. Thank you so much. Lord bless and God bless you all.